Hey peoples, and welcome back to Phrozen Gaming. Here we are continuing on with Doki Doki Literature Club again. Where we left off from the last episode is I just shared my second poem around with everyone, and everyone seemed to be pretty impressed with it, except for Natsuki and Sayori had a very non-opinionated opinion about my poem, I guess. I don't know, I feel things are starting to get kind of interesting, like Monica and Yuri especially, and a little bit of Sayori, but anyway, let's continue on, shall we? Okay everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? Well, I didn't get to read Natsuki's, did I? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah? We're going to have a poetry performance. Oh, wow. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let everyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been colouring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think that it's a bad idea? That bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'll be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys! No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. So I'd like to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone that literature is what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with other people? Or with others? With the others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. like polar opposites them two. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... Yeah, that's a bit too crazy for her voice. Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Then, thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around to everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica? This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through a notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. And that was a very close to Yuri voice. Ahem! Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica! Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Whoa, Yuri, look at you. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri! It's called Afterimage of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happened when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform to sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. What is she doing? Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. Well, she did say she liked that, even though I thought she had used the wrong word. No, by that I thought she meant like she likes some happy things sometimes, sad things other times, not happy things that happen from sad things. I don't know. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe that is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Phrozen liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems... It might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Phrozen. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Phrozen lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Oh, gee, Natsuki. Natsuki? It's fine. I might as well get it over with. It's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step up in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Be nice to know what I wrote. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finished, I received applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it too much. I think it's less about your ability and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. That pose again. It makes me really happy. The others don't really have different pose. That's a big movement compared to the others. The others tilt their heads, their hands might move, but there's a whole movement and shifting. Never mind. Oh yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. Okay, the music changed. Probably can't hear it, but the music changed. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait! I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two. Always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Hehehe. Jeez, guys. They make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. These girls are so strange. It's like they're all, each single one of them are infatuated with me in some way. Obviously the biggest one in denial is Natsuki, but there's moments in there when you'll react a certain way and then she'll change her reaction, sort of thing. Like when she was arguing with Yuri, I think it was, or talking about other stuff, she would wait for my input and then her reaction will kind of change depending on what my input was. And I don't know, Sayori just seems like a nice girl. And Monica, actually I don't get many hints from Monica. Obviously Yuri, we get a lot of hints because I've been leaning that way ever since the beginning, basically. But Monica probably keeps it best hidden, I think, if she is. She had strange moments when genuinely smiling or warmly smiling or whatever it was. But, people can do that and not have any meaning behind it and just, smiling at you to be nice, to be friendly. But anyways, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Phrozen. You don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's go already. Can I go home with Yuri? I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Dodoing? Sorry, I was spaced out. Huh. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean... Sayori fumbles with her words, and I fumble with her name. So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Okay, huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well... What? Come on, it could be... Save. But, like, isn't there an option to... I've done it before, like, you can... There's people, when you go to school, there's people that you walk with home... You walk home with almost every day. And, like, there can be additions where, like, we'll walk those additions home and then walk home, like it's not too much out of the way. Obviously you won't go home with someone if they're in a completely different direction, unless, you know, you're that into them. But in this regard, we live next to each other. We could both walk with Yuri. Like, obviously that's not... I don't know. I don't want to upset her because she's a good friend, but... What if she tells Yuri? Yuri, he said if you would go home, if you asked to go home with him, that he would walk me home. You know what? I'm going to stop this episode here. No. Should I? Yeah, I'll finish it here. And in the next episode, I'll hopefully have a more decisive decision to make, I guess. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and other than that, until next time, thank you so much for watching this video, and stay frosty.